so much for doing this interview with me. Before we say anything, I swear your voice is so amazing. All I kept thinking was you should be singing a theme song for a James Bond movie.
Oh my
It
God, that's
is
so sweet.
it
Thank you
is
so much.
that pure and that damn good. Like, wow. Where
Thank you
does
so
a big voice like that come from an itty bitty little body like yours?
Oh my God, thank you so much. I really appreciate that. Especially you saying the James Bond theme thing. I'm like, damn, thank you. Thank you so much. I don't know where it comes. I feel like it's so funny. I'm just so hard on myself that you're telling me that. I'm like, holy fuck, thank you so much. I just take it all in.
Nah, it's like, man, honestly, you should one of these days, if you ever get a chance, do one of the old school, what is her name? Shirley, and I can't think of her last name, who did like Diamonds Are Forever and the old James Bond film. You should do a rendition of one of those because I swear
Oh,
you'd
yeah.
kill it.
Oh, thank you so much. I actually love the latest versions of the James Bond, the Billie Eilish song that she
Yes,
released. Oh man, so fucking good,
yeah,
so good.
you can do it. You can definitely
It's
do it.
on my bucket list. It's on my bucket list.
Fantastic. Look, congratulations on this new single we're going to be talking about. Want to talk about your career, but I also have to ask you too, how have you been holding up for the last, now we can say, what, 3 years during this
Yeah.
horrible time with COVID?
Oh my God, I've been good. I'm grateful because a lot of my, my career or my activities are on social media, so I didn't have to adapt too much. For sure, the artist side had to adapt because there's no shows and like we had to be creative. I mean, we're all in the same boat. We all know how we had to like switch up plans and whatever. But I held it good. We did a bunch of projects and we released merch. We like I had good campaigns with cool companies around Montreal. So I'm super grateful because it affected me a lot, but not as much as how it affected some other people and businesses. So I'm grateful. I'm holding up.
But what about some of the stuff that we've seen the last 3 years from, everybody knows what a Karen is, you
A
know?
Karen and the
Yeah,
fucking Karen. Uh,
everybody knows what a Karen is. And, we've seen what was going on, Black Lives Matters, and so many things, people fighting and arguing, you know, yeah, I'm going to take the vaccine. No, I'm not going to take the vaccine. Wear a mask. No, I'm not wearing a mask. Like,
it's
it's
so
been
heavy.
insane. Like, what was it like, or what is it like for you emotionally to be watching this stuff and it's happening every day? And with social media, it's not even like you can run away from it.
Honestly, it's very draining, very draining. It's stressful and I'm an empath. I just feel so much and way too much. Very sensitive. So when all of these things going down, it has a big impact on me, honestly. And like you said, it's not like I can run away from it or shut it down because my phone is like my working tool. So I see everything going on. I feel like I'm just in like the acceptance phase right now. I'm just like I'm accepting everything going on and like I do what I can do about some situations and when I have no control over something, I'm just like I just accept the situation. You know what I mean? But like it's become especially with COVID and like the vaccine story, the curfews, and blah blah blah. It's just I'm like people are just so devised, if I can say, separated. Like there's so many groups of like different opinions. I'm like, can we just fucking just get together and like I don't know, man. It's heavy, but I feel like art and music and social media is very heavy, but at the same time, I feel like it's what people have been holding on to through all of this. If we didn't have social media and we had this pandemic, couldn't do anything, and we didn't have these like Netflix or like music videos or music or YouTube channels, like what would have we done for like the past 2 years? I mean, I've been entertaining myself with that so much, so I'm grateful at the same time.
We couldn't even do this interview, if it
Exactly.
wasn't for the
Exactly.
way things are. I mean, who the heck heard of
Yeah.
Zoom before? But Zoom is a big thing
I
now, and this is why
know
we can.
Zoom is the thing now, but it's at the same time, even like apart from COVID, it's such a good tool that like you don't have to go to the interviews all the time. You can just like I hung up on another interview and came on to this one. Like I don't have to. It's crazy. It's like it's there's I think there's a lot of positive also. I just don't think we see it so much right now because we're just so we have it in our face and then we're just so into the situation. But it brought some good also. I'm sure
I
we'll
agree.
realize at some point.
I absolutely agree with that. And part of that good is new music from you. Before we get into the single, I want to talk about your career because you've done a lot of great things. You've stepped on some
Yeah.
big stages. Can you talk about again where the love of music began and where the travels have taken you?
The love of music, I feel like I always answer the same thing. It just was there as far as I can remember. I don't remember falling in love with music. I just know I always loved music. I was like I remember being with my grandparents. I was watching like Celine Dion, her movies like about on her shows, and I was just like, to me it was just that's what I was going to do. That was just it. There was no question. I was like, yeah, that's what I'm gonna do later. When I get older, when I'll be Celine Dion. It's as far as I can remember. It was that. That's what it was always, and it's taken me where I am today.
But you've also been, like I said, you've been on big stage on television for some really cool events. Can you talk about that, please?
So yeah, it all kind of started when I was on the Next Star. It was like a YTV kids singing show contest.
I remember because I was covering it.
Really?
Yes.
Oh my god. So yeah, okay. So I was on season 6 and I
Wow.
season. Oh my god, it feels like I think it was 9 years ago. It's fucking crazy to think that it was
Something like that.
such a long time ago and it feels like yesterday at the same time, but it feels like forever ago. But yeah, that was a crazy experience. I feel like that experience just really it was a I'm grateful for it because like I said, it led to where I am today, but at the same time looking back, I know that's where I began being so obsessed with having the control over my image because that experience was everything was staged. I didn't have a lot of say in anything. So that's where now I need to have control over my image a lot because of
It's
these experiences.
and it's funny because I've talked to other contestants after it was done, and they all say the same thing. Why do you think when you have such great talent that could be the next big things representing Canada, why do you think sometimes these TV shows do what they do? Do they is it more like what they think
I
needs to
feel
be
like,
seen or
oh yeah, oh
okay,
my
go.
god, definitely. Business is business and they see you as a piece in their business. I feel
Mhm.
like when they take you into their shows, and it's fine because, like I said, business. They do what they want to do, and at the same time, it's not like it led me to where I am today. It gave me that little exposure that led me to going on The Voice in Quebec, and then that gave me exposure that led me to being an artist. Blah 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 blah. It led me to where I am today, but at the same time, I learned a lot from it because it wasn't just positive. But yeah, for sure, they have the control over what they think is good for TV, and business is business. It's fine. You have to accept it. I feel like because if you're just mad at the industry and hate it, blah blah blah. I mean, it's why be mad at it? What can I do?
So did it give you an opportunity because here you are such a talented person who
Thank
is used to
you.
writing songs and performing, give you a thought go, wait a minute, it's not just about standing on stage and performing. There is a business, and I need to
Oh my god.
understand that. Can you talk about
Yeah,
that,
that
please?
was that was um that was a reality check because when I was 16 being on The Voice, I feel like when you're such a young age and you get so much like quick exposure, you're just like, fuck, I made it. I did it, mom. I'm famous, mom. Like, you just feel like you did it. And then you get out of the show and you're like, okay, no, I was just a contestant in that season. And then you realize you need to work a lot if you want to do that career because standing on stage and performing is what 1% of the job, and it's like the reward, but there's so much to do before getting there.
Yeah.
Myself right now, I'm just like at that point where I'm about to get there, but COVID just pushes it away all every time because I'm supposed to like I released my album in June of 2020. So then I was supposed to like tour, perform a lot, and then it just never happened because of COVID. And I feel like that's the part where you fall in love with the job, is performing and seeing people for real and performing your songs. Is that where you're like, yeah, I love what I do, but I just never get there because of COVID, you know? So right now I'm just like COVID, please go. It's your time is done. I just want to perform. I want to get my reward. But yeah, it's a lot of job. It's not just releasing a song. I feel like, you know, releasing a song on Friday. And it's crazy because people just see that, but they don't know all the work that's behind it. So yeah.
So let's talk a little bit about that. How do you balance dealing with COVID, trying to get your career on the level that it deserves to be? And then, of course, at the same time, you're taking care of a little mini you at the same time,
Yeah.
also. So, how
Yeah.
do you deal with all of that at the same time and still give each moment its just due?
Discipline, organization, and a good team. Because without a team, I would be nothing. Nothing. I have a good manager, a good I don't know what the word is in English, but not assistant, it's a coordinator.
Yep, you got
Anyways,
it. Coordinator.
I have a good team. And without my good team, I would be completely lost. I feel like being well surrounded in this industry is just like a must because other than that, you'll just lose yourself. You'll just feel overwhelmed because once, like you said, you realize it's a business, you realize how much work there needs to be done. So yeah, that's just how I do it. I'm well surrounded and I try to stay organized and focused. And it's hard when you're young because there's so much temptation to not work and just to
Yes.
go party and go to fucking Mexico and party. Like all my friends are in Florida right now partying, but I need to stay here and I have a release and I have a daughter, so it's like sometimes like oh shit man, I just wish I could go party, but then it's like nope, discipline, and that's where I am today is because I've been disciplined for a while. I'm
Yeah.
not perfect, not always easy though.
No, you don't
For
want
sure.
to do that because then you end up on social media and people saying you're an idiot for going and doing this and that. Yeah, you don't need it.
Dude, that fucking Tulum story with the
Yes.
like that my friends are on that plane. Like some of the people I know, dude, for real. They're not close friends, but I know people on that plane and I'm like, guys, man. Oh, it's just that story took oh my god, that story just became so big for nothing. Oh my god. Not nothing because they were stupid, but you know.
When TMZ is jumping on it, then you
I
know,
know,
yeah.
yeah. Jimmy Fallon talked about it. I'm like, wow, that's all I needed to do to be on Jimmy Fallon? Okay.
I'm
Shit.
just curious. What does your daughter realize who her mom is? And I'm even curious too. Does she try to imitate you sometimes when you're
Uh,
singing? Because I can
I
imagine you're
think,
probably singing around the house, and I can see her
yeah.
trying to do the same thing.
Oh my god, she's a big personality. She's just like, you know, she's like her mom. She's I think she's way too young still to realize who her mom is,
Hmm.
but she's starting to realize because now she's starting to see me perform a little bit. Like this weekend, I had a TV show recording yesterday, so she was there. She was seeing me perform, and she's just like in the room, just like mama, mama. She's just like she's starting to see because, like I said, because of COVID, I didn't perform a lot. I did a lot of studio, but I couldn't bring her to places so much as like if we weren't if in COVID. So she doesn't realize who I am, but she definitely understands there's something going on with the phone. She knows we're talking to someone. Like when I film her, she knows I some friends are gonna see it. You know what I mean? It's weird. It's just
It
weird.
is.
I'm it's there's so much to like understand with it and like to learn how to manage it with her and like what to tell her and what not like how not to make it something negative. It's such a weird world to like raise a kid in, like all this social media thing. I don't know, I don't know how I'm gonna manage it when she grows up and like goes to school and people notice her. It's just like I'm still trying to figure out how I'm gonna deal with all this. As of right now, it's always been super positive. Like we go to the grocery and people notice us and her. It's so weird.
I love it. I love it. It does sound like a mini you. So all I can
My
say is
god.
Be prepared.
Oh my god, she's a handful, man. She's something, but she's such a nice kid. She's such a like a good person. Like if I can say, she's super sensitive, such an empath. But she has like this fucking. She's a big personality. She's so cool. I love her.
And like I said, mini you. I'll just leave it to
Mini.
that.
Oh yeah, it's a mini
But
me.
but one thing she hasn't done yet that you have done, and that is you've got a new single. What is the
Yeah.
new single called, and what's the single about?
It's called Lullaby, and it's how can I say? It's a song to all the people that weren't very nice to me. Basically, it's a song I wrote on a day where I was frustrated because somebody had told me that if I didn't sign with them, I wouldn't make it, whatever, blah, blah, blah. And I was just like, the fuck are you talking about? Like, I went into the studio and I was like, I was with my producer and I'm like, that guy said that, man. Fuck this guy. And we just wrote a song that goes by fuck you and you ain't you. And it's just, I feel like this song just like, how can I say, it just feels so good. You sing it, you blast it in your house, and you're just like, fuck you. And you just feel empowered. And I feel like it just gives you your power back. You know, when you're like mad at someone or a situation hurts you, there's just so many phases, like mad, sad, and that one's just like taking my power back phase. It's a feel good song.
What I love about the song too is you almost like from the beginning you prepare it as if to say, okay, get your glass of wine,
That's the
get
table.
get yeah, just sit back, get ready. 3, 2, 1. Here's the beat. Now I got something to tell you.
Yeah, no, definitely. That's exactly what it is. It's it's funny because I'm not the type of person that really like I have a big personality, but I don't confront people at
Yeah.
all. At all. I'm not a type of like I'm not the type of person that will like if you're driving and somebody cuts me, I won't go to them like look out. I just don't confront them. I'll just look in the front and act like that person's not there. But I don't know, that song I just needed to like I don't know. It needed to come out.
Now you know how to pick your battles. And that was
Yeah,
and I think that's
that's
exactly what you did
exactly
there.
it. I pick my battles. I really do. I don't battle with people at all, unless sometimes, but
Yeah.
not anyone, not anybody.
Now, I'm just curious, is this song off of the album that you talked about in 2020 or is this
No
from a this is going to
other.
be for a new album? So is there
It's a
going to be a new
EP.
album or EP?
It's an EP, so I'm releasing a couple songs before the EP. That's part of that project. It's a really cool project. I'm super excited about it, and I'm very excited about the song coming out. It's so different from anything I've released, and I feel like I started promoting it a little bit, like little bits and pieces of the song, and people are just like, dude, that's so different from everything you've done, but man, it's so good. All of my friends that heard it, my family, they're like, that's your best one. They it's just such a cool song. It feels so good. I'm excited, and I feel like it's just the right time for people to hear it because people are just like over everything now.
Yeah.
It's just gonna feel good.
I love it. What's going to happen in the next couple of months? Are we going to look at some virtual performances? Are we going to be waiting, of course, to see if things are opening up better so that we can do some live shows? Are you
Honestly,
going to come to Toronto?
oh my god, I would love to come to Toronto. I love Toronto. Hopefully, no live shows. No.
Virtual.
I want live shows. No virtual. I want live shows. I need live shows. My I had a show scheduled in February, which was like my comeback show, which I really don't think is gonna happen because of COVID. I can't believe I really thought we were done with that, but I mean, we'll see. But I have a bunch of festivals booked for this summer. Hopefully, they can happen. I'm over virtual, but if I need to keep doing them, I mean, we need to adapt with everything going on. It's fine, but I really wish it's gonna be live shows. I need it. We all do.
We do. We definitely do.
Oh
Before
my
we go, are there any words of wisdom you want to give folks out there? Because we are in a new year, and you know how people are. last year, last couple of years, 2019, people were like, come on, I need to get to 2020. We got to 2020. Like, oh my God, let's get to 2021. And then we get to 2021. They're like, no, 2022, this is the big change.
Uh,
As we speak, we're just sort of into 2022 and people are looking for the immediate change.
yeah,
It's been
I
sort of
feel like
drawn on. Wait. But here's the thing I'm going to ask you. I want to get your advice on that, but I would love to get you to say it in French, please, because I think that should be fair enough.
do you understand French?
No, I'm deux, trois, quatre, cinq, six, sept, huit, neuf, dix, and I'm about it. French toast,
Okay,
French
my
fries.
advice is soyez gentil, and that means be nice. Be nice. People have gone through so much. People are so over it. You don't know what people are going through. Be fucking nice. We're all over it. You don't need to shove your shit in people's face. They're full of their own things. Like, be nice. I feel like, oh my god, we just need to be nice now. We don't need to take more shit. We don't. Let
I love that.
let's help by being nice.
We need that. Thank you so
Yes.
much for doing this interview.
Oh my god,
Congratulations
thank you.
on your career. I love everything that you're doing. You're a great representation of somebody who follows her path no matter what and
Thank
anybody says or
you so much.
does. Absolutely love that. And looking forward, crossing fingers that you do make it to Toronto. I hope you make it down here during the Junos, because of course we're going to be
I
celebrating, even though it's the 51st anniversary, we're still celebrating the 50th because of everything with COVID.
do. Oh my god.
So cross fingers you'll be down here,
I
maybe doing some
so
shows or something like that down here with us.
really hope so. And if I come to Toronto, I will let you know for sure.
Fantastic.
Thank
Love to see you. Thank you
you.
again.
Thank you so much. Have a good day. Take care.